Is that cool? How do you like that cue? That was fun, wasn't it?
Hey, I liking that little flashback right there. I like that. Appreciate that this morning.
Yeah, skills is right. You are correct. A 13-year NBA veteran making big shots for some big teams. So we're calling this segment the QR code, which I really like. Let's start with the Lakers. They've lost 13 of their last 14 to Denver. What is their QR code to finally break the cycle and beat the Nuggets?
Man, it's literally to find a way to stop Joker. I mean, maybe he could get food poisoning or something. He can't make it to the arena, but if he shows up, he literally dominates and gives them all of the problems they can handle. And I mean, this is what he's doing. The Joker, and now with them being void of Anthony Davis in the middle, and they have Jackson Hayes, he's gonna have his hands full the entire night if he's able to stay in the game and stay out of foul trouble. But the Joker dominates them, man. He gets triple-doubles, double-doubles, and he literally controls the game and everything against the Lakers.
It's an even worse matchup than it used to be now without AD there. So, I don't know, food poisoning, he'd probably come in and have a flu game or something. The Nuggets are going Nuggets are going for their 10th straight win tonight. You know, so many people, Q, that we've asked, who is the biggest challenger to the Thunder? I know that wasn't your answer, but some people are saying that it is Denver. For them to get back in contention for another title, what needs to happen?
They need Jamal Murray to be vintage Jamal Murray. I mean, Aaron Gordon is consistently being who he needs to be, whether he comes off the bench and sacrifices, and he's a heavy contributor. I love the fact that Denver brought Russell Westbrook into the fold and the way he's playing with the team. But the key for them is Jamal Murray. When Jamal Murray is playing at that all-star level, scoring 20s, 30s, and sometimes more than that, they're a different type of team. They have a different threat development to them, because you still have MPJ who can shoot the ball and stretch the floor. Christian Braun, I like their depth, but they really need a strong showing. They need him to be the Robin to Joker's Batman in that situation.
Yeah, I like that. That duo is really, really tough to stop. And we've seen what Jamal can do when he is healthy and he's balling. And since the calendar flipped to 2025, they're 19-6, second best record in the league behind OKC. That is your QR code. I like it. Thanks, Q. Jay?
All right, Hannah, let's...
Happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate
happy birthday.
you.
There you go.
Let's dig into more on this matchup with sports betting analyst Tyler Fulgham. So what's a play you like in this game?
I like the over, Jay. I think we're going to see some points in this game, and it starts first and foremost with the Nuggets offense. During this 9-game win streak, they're averaging 128 points per game. I mean, Joker, Murray, Porter Jr., these guys are absolutely hooping. And I don't think the new-look Lakers without Anthony Davis are going to be able to stop them. They don't play much defense, but with LeBron and Luka available for this game, I think they'll contribute their fair share on the scoreboard. So just pencil in the Nuggets for about $1.25, $1.30, and hope that Luka and LeBron do their thing. I do think one of those players has a big game, which we'll get to in a second.
Okay, it says here you also like a same-game parlay for this matchup. What is it?
It is Luka Doncic. He is the Laker who I think has the big game. What I like to build at ESPN Bet, Luka to score 18-plus points, 8-plus rebounds, 8-plus assists. Now, for the Luka of old, that'd be a pretty pedestrian line, but we haven't seen him really go off yet for the Lakers. However, he didn't play in their last game. He's fully rested, and he's getting now into the mid-30s with his minutes. So in a game where I think it's going to be a shootout, I like Luka to light up the box score. That's a plus 455 same-game parlay at ESPN.
Real question is, Patrick Beverley, do you feel that way for this season? Moving forward, no question about it, you can look at the Los Angeles Lakers and say they can make some noise. But are you looking at them right now? When you look at the way Denver is playing, when you look at the way OKC is playing, I'm sorry, I know Anthony Davis is out, but when that brother come back with him and Christie and Kyrie and PJ and the rest of the crew, and hopefully Gafford will be back as well, Dallas is nothing to sneeze at. They're nothing to ignore. I just got to look at it and say, I get where he's coming from. I just think it's a bit premature for this season. But he's not off his rock and saying what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm actually with you, Stephen A., because I think I was with y'all in New Orleans, and I was like, Lakers. And I went back, and I'm looking, and I agree, J.J. Redick has done a great job. I just think that conversation that Pat Bev presented, Doggy, is very one-sided. I will sit for the conversation about where those guys rank as third and fourth options. you're talking about offense, right? And I think in the West, when you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder leading the way and their net rating and on average getting teams by almost 13 points on both sides, and you look at the teams that are at top of the standings, even if we take offense out for a second, all of those teams have the ability to defend. Now, Houston sometimes gets a little anemic when it comes to offense, but I think the defense part to me is what stalls me a little bit on the Lakers. And we have to see, because I think Rui Hachimura has switchability. I think Austin Reeves can grow as a defender. We know LeBron James can turn it on when he wants. I think what they've done in terms of acquiring Luka has fundamentally kind of changed what we saw working as of late for the Lakers in terms of their success on both sides of the floor. But I could sit for that conversation. I think Austin Reeves is having a nice career.
Mad Dog, let me ask you this. Are the Lakers the most dangerous team post-All-Star break?
Yeah, dangerous is more important than, they can win a title. And I guess Bev forgot about Porzingis, because there's no way with Porzingis, Brown, and Tatum, the three Lakers are better than those three as far as offensive weapons are concerned. So you must have forgot about that one. And to echo what Stevie said, Stevie looked sharp today in Winnipeg. To echo what Steve said, look at their schedule. They have they got 2 games in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
They have 3 games against Denver. They have a game in Boston. They have 2 with the Rockets. They play the Knicks. They play Golden State. They got a hard schedule. And, he's 40 years old. As the playoff moves along, he'll get a little tired. That's a factor. They should avoid the play-in, which will help them. But I think that asking them to get through that Western Conference is going to be tricky. It's weird in the NBA. I know we're going to get to this later. The West is much better than the East. Much better teams. But by far the best team in the sport is in the East. So would you rather be in the West, where it's a little bit more open, or would you rather be in the East, where you should, if you're Cleveland, be able to get to the final, but then you're going to beat the Celtics, which is the best team? So from that standpoint, the Lakers are going to have to go through a pretty big gauntlet. Oklahoma City, Denver, that's a tough deal to go with. They're dangerous, Luka, LeBron, but I don't think they're going to win the NBA championship this year. Now, Monica raises her head, and so do you. Go ahead. Let me hear.
Let's also pay attention to this, y'all. Let's say, for example, we pay so much attention to the playing game because that's where LeBron has lived since he's been a Los Angeles Laker, pretty much for the most part for the last 3 or 4 years. They've been in the play-in tournament, okay? We have to look at it from this standpoint and pay attention to this. The Los Angeles Lakers, if the season were to end today, they would be the 5th seed. They would be going up against young thoroughbreds in the Houston Rockets, who have struggled as of late, but they've got some players. They've got youth. They play defense. Ime Udoka is an exceptional coach. The Lakers are 2 games ahead of the Clippers. What if by happenstance the Lakers end up the 6th seed and Denver ends up the 3? Then they get Denver in the first round. Again, they're going home. They're not beating the Denver Nuggets. I can assure you that. They're not beating the Denver Nuggets. I don't care what anybody says, okay? And so that's what we have to watch out for as well. And in fairness to the Lakers, they went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, but they ran into Denver. Last year, they got Denver in the first round. A lot of people were of the mindset, outside of Denver, because of Jokic, there was no one the Lakers couldn't beat. So the objective is you got to watch yourself, because if the Lakers, I wouldn't blame them for doing this. If you're smart, you do everything you can to avoid the Denver Nuggets until you absolutely have to play them. You don't want to invite yourself going up against them brothers in the first round. Those are things to monitor as well here.
One thing about Denver, and I'm with Stevie on Denver. I had them for 51.5. I know they're playing well right now. They have had an unbelievably easy stretch. They got Charlotte tomorrow night. They should win, but they beat the Pelicans twice. They beat the Magic at home. They won 1 road game in Phoenix. They go look at this 8-game winning streak. They have not played a good team.
Well,
let me see them against these good teams.
I actually think, Doggy, to that end, now you look at the Denvers, the Bostons, the teams that have done it, and their core is intact. We're now post All-Star, so now you cut all the shenanigans. So I'm with you, but I'm not really